Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another video for you here this week. This time we're doing the rookie MX-5 Cup at the Okayama circuit. Haven't been here in a while. I enjoy running this. It can be a pretty intense track at times just because of how small it is. If you have a larger number field, we've got 11 here, so I think given the wrecks that are likely to happen since it's the rookie class, it's probably going to get fairly spread out. We did manage to qualify on the pole, and we are car number 1, so my guess is an incredibly weak field that we should be able to hopefully drive away from if we don't make any mistakes. I don't even feel like my qualifying lap was as fast as it could have been, so hopefully we can just get away cleanly on the first lap, avoid anybody that's going to be dive bombing or doing anything crazy, and try to build a bit of a gap and just be able to settle in and run. A boring race for you guys would be just fine with me. So, gonna do the best we can, try to get a good finish, get a clean finish. Obviously got to win to hit the goal of finishing where we start or better, or as well as finishing our car number. So that's gonna be pretty tough, considering I suck at road racing. But gonna put the best effort. Top 5 in the 0x would be fine with me as well. Although I don't like to squander pole opportunities. I still suck at standing starts on these, so it's very likely I could easily lose it off the start too, since I can never seem to figure out how to get off the line.
15 laps. The air temp is
So,
78
see what
Fahrenheit.
we can do.
Okay, Jake, get ready. Go, go, go.
Try to pull ahead of the 8. Get through the first turn as cleanly as possible, build a bit of a gap. Take it easy because on colder tires the car does not like to do as much that I'm used to as it does on warmer tires. So just going to try to keep it on the track, not have any issues. We got the 12 right behind us. Looks like he might want to try to dive bomb into the corner. So we're going to run to the inside to take the line away, but as well as set ourselves up for the line that we want to take into this corner. You can see we did not get the rotation we want. I got a little bit too much on the curb and that stalled me, but hopefully we can pull away, get established to the lines that we want to run for the next few laps, and try to build the gap and run lap times that I know. This is just an absolutely terrible line, so I'm going to watch the 12 try to run the inside. I'll give it to him. I'm not going to block since he's already to our door. And my guess is he's probably going to overshoot this corner, so we're going to slow down a little bit early and let him wash up, see if he actually does. Which that's exactly what he does, so we're going to try to work to the inside of him. Hopefully he's clean, doesn't make any contact. We're going to slow down enough to make sure that we get inside of him, get on by. That's something that I have been known to do if I try to make the move somebody, is Ollie will overshoot the corner, trying to get clear of him. And it allows the person behind me to be able to pull a crossover, get to the inside. So I've started to learn when to watch for people to do that in the road racing and try to take advantage of it. Hopefully this time we're building a little bit more of a gap and we can try to pull away and not have that issue on the next lap. It's like we got a couple cars that wrecked, don't see the smoke from it, but see them marked in pit road. So it's going to try to do what we can. We're going to pull up session best lap. Try to see how fast we can go. If I can get into the
That lap was at
1 flats, I will be happy with that. I know that's still probably, a second and a half off from what the quick people are, but for me, with my limited road racing and very terrible skill set, I will be thrilled to death with that. See, we're making some mistakes allowing the 12 to get back closer to us, but we're just going to try to clean it up and not let them get to us. That was an unforced error, overshooting the corner. Have to make sure that we brake slow. I gotta remember that this car is better to slow down ahead of time instead of trying to throw it into the corner, so. I'm told that this car likes to be driven more in a finesse style and easier, which I guess I didn't really think of right away, but it makes sense given the limited power, so It's very similar, I guess, in the sense to your SKs, your
You've
late
just done
models,
a
your street stocks, and ovals. So you
1:00.8. The guy behind has just done a
can see the 12 really had a good first
1:00.4.
corner, tightened up quite a bit on us. So we're just gonna have to try to pull away from the infield section. That's where I tend to feel like I have a bit of an advantage over everybody. So
You're in the lead.
just gonna try to get away from them. Not overshoot this corner again. Because this back-to-back 180s, or almost a 180 for this one, is where I really feel like I can gain time from everybody.
You're pulling away. The gap behind is now 0.8.
Try to get a run down the straightaway. Looks like he took it a little wide. That's going to help us pull away a little more as well. Got some cars coming out of pit road. Hopefully they're not too much of a factor.
Your lap time was at 1:00.8 seconds.
Almost overshot that corner a little bit, but not too terrible. That's a corner I feel like as the tires heat up, that's when I can, if I get the right apexes, I can almost take flat out, and that'll help me pick up some time. And then I just got to make sure I don't overshoot both of these corners or get on the gas too early coming out. That'll really help me allow to pull away as well. Looks like we're running a fairly similar pace, so if we both run clean, that'll make it a little bit tougher for him to get to us, but that'll also make it tougher for us to pull away. See, we got on the apron a little too much, over-rotated the corner, and that hurt us out of the way. So, hold about a 1/10 of a second or so that lap. If I can do that the rest of the way, that would make me happy. Trying not to overshoot this corner without also slowing down too much. Looks like we ran a little better. We're going to have 6 in the way. Hopefully he doesn't present too much of an issue. He stays to the outside, thank you to him. Looks like he actually caused himself to get in a little bit of a problem too, so feel bad if he did that trying to get out of the way, but appreciate him moving as well. Having a slightly better lap so far. Hopefully I don't tank it in that section. Hurt it a little bit getting through. Got too much on the curb. Got the car upset. Got a little bit of corner. Looks like it should be just slightly slower than the fast for the session. So, yeah, we were able to pull up big time on the 12. So it feels good to extend that gap out.
1:00.8 seconds.
Trying to see if I can click off my best lap now, because that'll only help me if he's not picking up any time. That'll only help us to be able to pull away. And we can't quite run it full out and we spin it. Looks like we're going to drop at least 2 spots. Hopefully the car is not too damaged. Yeah, that was really stupid and unforced error. Just tried to see if I could take it wide open, and tires were not quite there. We got into the grass. I thought I wasn't going to push as much as I did, and just completely lost it. So hopefully the engine's not hurt too bad. I know when I did practice before and I hit the front end, it hurt the engine pretty bad down the straightaways, even though the suspension wasn't messed up. So 3.8 in 9 laps is not going to be easy, so we'll see if we can at least get to second or how bad the car is.
Incident in Hobbs, P3.
I would not expect the 12 or the 8 to make any mistakes either, so it's all going to have to be us out driving them. We're praying for a miracle. And make sure we don't do that again, because of course that cost us our clean race from an instant standpoint, as well as unnecessarily giving up the lead when we had a pretty good size lead too. So flip side is that sizable lead is what allowed us to stay pretty far ahead of everybody and not fall further back once we made that mistake. Got a little wide, had to lift there. That killed the lap time through the corner. As you can see, we're definitely closing in on the 8, so closing in on the 12 as well. It'll be really close. We're just going to do the best that we can, try to get to him.
Okay, Jake.
See if we can
you're
work to
halfway
his
home.
inside.
Fuel is fine. Sector 2 and 3 are pretty good. You're a tenth off the pace in Sector 1. Good consistency. Keep them coming.
Thought we were clear. He makes contact with us. We're able
We've been
to
warned about
save
track
it. Caused minor incident points to us. Didn't assign full blame.
2.5.
Feel bad about that. Thought he was staying out a little further. We lost some time to the 12 as well, so hopefully we'll be able to make that back up. Feel really bad about how stupid I drove right there. It's not how I intended to get by him, but I also didn't expect for him to come down if he did, although it was most likely me drifting out too much. Hopefully that one didn't hurt the car as well, so we'll see at the line where we are. We're gonna have 6 laps to try to get to him. See, 3.1 at the line, looks like he is pulling away a little bit, so I doubt we'll be able to get to him.
B2.
Although a second won't be a terrible run if that's where we end up. I feel like the car is, from a handling standpoint, hurt. It just doesn't seem like it wants to rotate as much, so I'm sure we got pounded on the left side and that hurt the car. So, it should be good enough to be able to hold on to second, but just gonna do what we can. Got no pressure, so I can run the line that I want to through that corner, which for me tends to be a bit of a later apex and then trying to have a straighter shot off the corner. Looks like we're probably going to lose a tenth this lap to him. 2 tenths. Yeah, I don't think we have anything for him. I think the car's too hurt, so we're going to drive our hardest in case something were to happen, but I would say it's probably not likely that we're going to get to him. Make sure to not overshoot that corner so that we don't give up any time. The car just does not feel like it wants to rotate through that section as well as it was. You can see we're still losing time to him as well, so this is all on him to win. The slower traffic up ahead is the only thing that I could see potentially standing in his way between a win and us catching him, so don't think it'll happen, not counting on it, but gonna keep driving my hardest so that way we're there to attack if something happens with the slower traffic.
1 seconds.
Looks like we're pulling away from the back as well, so there shouldn't be any issue that way. Looks like the 10 got out of the way for the 12, the respectful thing to do, so he didn't have any issues there. We did catch him slightly that run. 10 also blinks, so that's going to be fun trying to get around him. I'm going to stay behind him, see if we can work to his inside. He gives us the inside lane, thank you to him. Incredibly respectful. I enjoy rookie races when you do get guys that run with that kind of respect. It's nice. We lost some time that lap, but again, we had to take a bit of a different line trying to get around the 10s, so it was to be expected, whereas the 12 caught him in the perfect spot down the front stretch. I still think he's faster than us. I think we got too much damage out of the car, so I'm just going to try to run as clean as we can and finish this out, see if we can bring it home in P2. Not my cleanest effort, but I'm still a very much work in progress in road racing, so this is more or less learned from my mistakes rather than repeat what I'm doing. Try to do the best I can and keep it as clean, but unfortunately I'm on a single screen still trying to learn how to judge apexes and where everybody is. You can see we overshot that corner. Spending too much time talking and not thinking about the braking point. Got on the throttle a little too much, didn't slow down quite enough. We're going to give up all the time in the world by those two bad
The gap
corners.
behind is now 3.6.
Gonna try to finish it out clean with 2 to go. Congratulations to 12. He made the most of this race that he could, so it should be a really good gain for him. And he did it all cleanly
2 laps
too.
left. Come on, you're looking good for a podium.
Can't
Sector 1
fault
is
him on any
0.48
part at
off the
all.
pace.
He
Sector
was
2 is 0.32
pretty good,
off the
whereas I,
pace.
you
You need to
know,
find a
was
10th in
the
sector
idiot
3.
that made the unforced error that cost me everything. Should have been able to bring you guys home a win, and I tried getting too greedy and going wide open, and it cost me. Although I guess given how bad I am, I can't really complain about a second, and if I managed to run the fastest lap prior to both of those incidents, then maybe that's something to build on. Always trying to make mental notes from all these races and different things to do. I know some of the road cars that I could drive different. Formula V is a little bit different. I'm going to try both the Spec Racer Ford and the Radical SR8 eventually, but always try to make mental notes too of
Alright, Jake,
race
1 more to
strategy and
go. Keep it
racecraft
together, we'll
itself
be on the
to
podium.
include when I road race to try to make myself a little bit cleaner, or just make it a little bit more enjoyable, not finish so far in the back. I know I'm pinching that corner and killing momentum, but I'm just trying to get the car through as much as I can, and just kind of keep it clean. Not really attacking everything as hard as I could be if I was trying to run a fast lap. Kind of just run it at like a 90%. You can see that time I got on the throttle a little too early though. Cost me a lot of time. It's better to wait just an extra beat than it is to get on it too early and then have to lift again. You lose so much more momentum since these cars just don't have enough power. So, gonna be able to bring it down the front stretch, P2. Yeah, feels good. Nice to get a good finish. Very, very good race by the 12. Congratulations to him. He
We're on the podium. Good drive.
drove that about as well as he possibly could. So, park it here, and then we will take a look and see how badly I messed up that one lap with the 8. Actually, it should be lap 9 here. We're going to work to his inside, overshot the corner, kind of holding the line. Oh, he just came right down. That I actually, looking at that, I don't really. I mean, I was coming up, but I thought, you know, I'm drifting up. He's coming from wide on the corner. Um, Probably thought I was going to turn more to the right, so I probably should do a better job of giving that. But honestly, I think that was more of an issue of him coming down more than me coming up. Still a racing instance, we were both fighting for the same spot, and I think that's why iRacing only gave me the 2x out of it. But spot I probably should have been, more in this line, just set myself up for a little bit of tighter entry, giving him the spot on the outside, and been a little more respectful that way. So feel bad about that. Not quite as bad as I did in race. I thought I did a lot more in race on that, so definitely got to learn from that. But it wasn't. I thought I just completely screwed that up. So let's take a look at the results and see how bad we did. At least able to click one goal off and finish in the top 5, so it feels good. You can see that was the 10th out of 16, so almost there to top half, basically top 2/3, 12:05, incredibly weak overall. We were actually not the fastest lap. The 12 was even faster, so probably would have got biased. You can see I was about 4 tenths quicker than the 8 and the 4, so I guess we finished right where we should have been, able to gain 77.03. Definitely got to work on cleaning that up to gain that a little bit faster, and that's not a bad gain, although that 12:30 is just absolutely abysmal. So, gonna keep working on it. hopefully you guys enjoy that, learn something from it, and remember to like and subscribe. Leave any comments if you want to see more of these, anything different road-wise that I can do. Don't have a ton of cars or tracks, so kind of limited that way. But always trying to learn driving techniques a lot. I know these won't be the cars that I'll focus on in certain scenarios on the oval side for road racing, but I'm always trying to learn the techniques as best as I can. So stay tuned for more. Hope all your races are clean. You guys have fast laps and good results. And thanks for watching. Until next time, see you.